Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild, dangerous world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday. Oh, how many sleeps till Christmas? 13 sleeps till Christmas or something like that. I don't even know. Are you excited, folks? Are you a fan of Christmas, Natch?
Yes, I am. I like it. I like them.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. In my life, I've had very few reasons to love Christmas as much as I do, but I do. It's a great time of year. So what's coming up in the show today, folks? In today's Complete the News, we are going to go to, we're going to go to Virginia, and we're going to look at some medicine. An unexpected cure in some way for Alzheimer's. Oh my God. That's in today's Complete the News. In today's 100 Humans, we're going to look at annoying barroom habits. So things that happen in bars that might annoy you. Bar, path. I think you say in Spanish. And how are you doing out there, folks? If you're just tuning in, it is 8:30 a.m. Central European time. Welcome. Hope you're having a good morning. Hopefully this will be a great start to the week for everybody. How was the weekend, Natch?
Pretty normal. Yeah.
Birthdays?
Of course. Saturdays. Yeah, it seems like a joke, but it's not.
Yeah, that's a lot of birthdays, man.
It's a lot. Yeah. I was when my daughter was very little, I was afraid that she was not going to be able to have many friends because she's so shy and no.
And now you're scared she has too many.
Yeah, I'm afraid that she's ha pasado.
You need to teach her some good antisocial habits.
Yeah.
Uncle Rob could help there. The king of antisocial behavior. Yeah, well, bueno. I mean, it's not so bad, right? You get together with other parents, you have some drinks.
Yeah, we get along very well.
Yeah, that's good.
With parents.
Yeah, because you all are suffering the same thing, I imagine.
Yeah, and we all dip our suffering into beer, so perfect.
I imagine it's like, it's just the best and you feel the most connected to other people and disconnected at the same time. I can't believe I'm here with you people again. Let's have another drink. Yeah, my weekend, man. Yeah, it's not been the best. I'm going to be honest with you. Woo. Yeah, I think I needed today's show more than you, dear listeners, needed me here. So I appreciate it a lot. So thanks for being here. For those of you that are joining me live right now, don't forget you can actually participate in today's show. In a very easy way. You go to twitch.tv/barra professional Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. So twitch.tv/professional bohemian. And just like Pedro, Nurietam, and Min, you can join me live on the show and contribute to today's content. So in the second half of the show, I've told you what's happening. In the first half, we've got an unpopular opinion. Oh my God. A Christmassy related one. Yeah, why the hell not? I'm not gonna tell you about that just now, but yeah, is it an unpopular opinion today? I think it's people are on the fence. When I say on the fence, I mean people were undecided. So I will take that as unpopular enough. The vote is currently 53% false. I like that because that means today I can really do a good job at trying to convince you all. Rob, all the love. Thank you, Min. Nurietam, Pedro from Instagram. How you all doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, what else? Some cleanup for today, for this week's ProBoh shows. Tomorrow, I believe Richard is going to be here in this time slot. Okay, so there'll be no ProBoh show live, and on Thursday as well. So today and Thursday, again, no shows. I'm sorry, guys. This time it's not Spain's fault, it's Richard's. Spain has more bank holidays in a year, then I'm convinced than any other country in the world. I would love to know the research about that, about national holidays in Spain. Oh yeah, it's Pancake Day off. It's International Día de la Marmota. Es que no vamos a trabajar hoy. Also, your Discord is your Discord unmuted? It could be. Yeah, I'm getting messages from all over right now. I thought I heard a notification in the background. I could be. Anyway, that's what's coming up. So remember, no live show tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe something special will appear on the podcast. How do you get to the podcast? On every good podcast directory, whether that be Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, wherever you look for this podcast, iVox, you will find it. So subscribe to the podcast, and if there is extra content going out while I'm not live, then you will catch it, my friends. You will catch it. Anyway, that's the cleanup for today. That's Natch's weekend. That's my weekend. I'm here, you're here, Natch is here. Let's look at what's going on in the world. Natch, Cher's mum died. Yeah. Cher.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, poor Cher and poor mom.
I saw the tweet from Cher this morning. Mum's gone. Am I the only person in the world? I don't want you to think I'm a monster. Am I the only person in the world that thought her mum was alive?
Yeah, I thought exactly the same. I was like, maybe she's referring to other things, to other mom. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, she's... how old do you think Cher is?
Cher has to be like 70-something.
Ooh, very good. I think she's 76. Ooh, hang on, wait. Cher age. I think she's 76. Oh, 76! Do I know my celebrities, Natch? She's 76 years old, and I think her mum was 96. Unbelievable. 76 years old, and her mum was around. I mean, I think that's a good life. If Cher was to pass away because of old age, you'd think, well, that was a good life. Yeah, and I don't want to. I recognize that people listening to this are thinking, wow, this guy is a monster. But my first thought was not, oh, poor Cher. My first thought was, Cher's mum is alive? Jeez Louise. She was around through the Spanish flu. Her parents lived through the First World War. She lived through the Second. I mean, geez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. But that said, thoughts and prayers. All that stuff that we do on social. Thoughts and prayers to Cher. Like, that makes a difference. Thoughts and prayers. But yeah, Cher, if you are listening to this, sorry that your mum... Do you believe in life after mum? All right, I'm going to hell. Next news story. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I know you expect better of your DJs. I'm sorry. That was a bad show. More Rob content straight into my ears, says Min. Yeah, that's it. So subscribe to the podcast wherever you can subscribe, because we're everywhere. The ProBoh Show is everywhere. So yeah, that's news from Cher. So yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, away from my horrid jokes, very sorry. The passing of someone is never a laughing matter. What else? There's also been a lawsuit in Canada that garnered my attention. I've been speaking a lot about video games. I've currently just moved into my new place. Oh, sorry, that's my bad. I've just moved into a new place, so I've rediscovered a joy of video games. So now, all of a sudden, video game news is making its way into my feed. And something really interesting happened in Canada. Maybe it's going to set a bar for the rest of the world. This is from foxbusiness.com. Parents are filing a lawsuit. Haciendo una demanda, I think you might say in Spanish. They're filing a lawsuit saying that their kids are addicted to Fortnite. Do you know Fortnite? Have you heard about the game?
Yeah, I heard about it, but don't have any clue about what's about.
Yeah, it's basically Fortnite is what the metaverse should be, I think. So not only is it a place where people go play games, I think it's a shooting game. You shoot each other, last man standing kind of thing. And it's been incredibly popular for many years. And because of the nature of the characters, they're drawn or they're created in quite a cartoony way, it's very appealing to young kids, and the violence isn't as violent. It's not as realistic as in other games, So it doesn't feel like it would be a potential danger to kids. Not like games like you can understand how Grand Theft Auto and games of that nature, hyper-violent games, could be detrimental in some way. But Fortnite, I think because of the cartoony nature of it, it's been quite accepted. And then as the game has grown, other things they've reached out to do partnerships. I believe there've been movie and TV show screenings on this platform. It's weirdly enough. So it's a big deal. Fortnite is a big deal. Maybe not to you, my listeners who are listening to me right now, but certainly your kids and younger people in your family, they do know what Fortnite is. Poner una demanda, says Nuria Tam. Can we get her a nivelazo? Thank you, Nuria Tam.
Wow, que nivelazo.
So parents say that their children are so addicted to the game, Fortnite, that they don't sleep, eat, or shower. That sounds like a weekend in Casa Professional Bohemian. Let me tell you. A lawsuit has been filed in Canada by parents who say their kids are addicted to the video game Fortnite. A Canadian Supreme Court judge authorized the filing. So he said, yeah, this is a valid lawsuit to go ahead that parents are putting against Epic Games. Epic Games... Juegos Épicos. Epic? I don't know how you say epic in Spanish, I'm going to be honest.
Épico.
Mm-hmm. Épico, really? Oh my God, dude.
Nivelazo.
My guessing Spanish words game is on point. Just, I don't know, man. Estupendo. All right, anyway, continue. Epic Games is the manufacturer of Fortnite. Parents say that their kids are so addicted they don't take care of regular everyday hygiene, such as showering. I don't know about you, but is that not just kids? I mean, from my limited experience of like bedtime, okay, that's been around Andy and her kids. It's like, go brush your teeth now. Do it. Have you brushed your teeth? No, well, go do it. Have you had a shower? Have you had a bath? I don't think kids and hygiene are necessarily the best of friends anytime, right? I'm not sure. I mean, I think if a kid was interested in a cardboard box, the cardboard box would be a problem for hygiene. Or is it just that kids are unhygienic? I think kids maybe are just unhygienic. In general, I don't really agree with people blaming video games or media for bad things that go on in the world. I just don't. It doesn't ring true for me. It feels like displacing the blame at something that is not necessarily involved. Is Fortnite a distraction? I'm sure it is, but everything in the world is a distraction, right? Some kids are so dependent on Fortnite they've stopped eating and sleeping, according to BBC News and reported by Insider. Here's my initial thought, Natch. Why are these parents, if they're so concerned, just letting them play the damn game? You're a parent. Can you give me some insight into this?
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like parents, like blaming Fortnite. Like blame yourself. Don't let your kids play.
Exactly.
It's stupid.
So they're going to blame Epic Games for bad parenting, as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? Min says, isn't Fortnite the one where Ariana Grande did an exclusive concert? Yes, I believe it is, Min. The parents are suing. Just tell your kids 2 hours a day max or something. Exactly. Min, exactly. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Min, please?
ProBoh approved.
How can this judge in Canada displace the blame for parents who aren't showing enough discipline to a video game manufacturer? My kids are eating because of Fortnite. Then surely you as a parent are the one responsible for removing the distraction, right? I mean, Andy's kids, Andy's daughters, they love watching YouTube Kids, right? They love it. So she limits them to a couple of hours a day and she uses it as an incentive to, or an incentive to encourage good behavior, or a threat of removing that service if they're behaving badly. I mean, surely Fortnite can be a tool, or it should be, via good parenting. It should be a tool to improve behavior, right? Rather than encourage bad behavior. I don't know. This just seems like a weird piece of news to me. I don't know what your thoughts and feelings are. You can reach out to me on Twitter and let me know. Twitter, @PROBOH. I do look at the Twitter while I'm, or at my Twitter while I'm doing the live show. I know I've said that before and then ignored you, but today I'm going to be a good boy. So yeah, what are your thoughts about that? Isn't this just using the courts to justify maybe lazy parenting? For me, it kind of seems that way. Anyway, on that note, friends, we are going to go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
I did have more news today. But I'm going to push it to tomorrow. A lot of celebrities are being sued because of NFTs. Ooh, lordy! But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Have you ever heard of Bored Ape Yacht Club? No? We'll talk about it tomorrow. It's an interesting story that deserves a bit more of a deep dive. Okay, so what is an unpopular opinion? Let me tell you, folks. An unpopular opinion is a brain fart of mine. Un pedo cerebral or un pedo mental. I post it on my social media, definitely always on my Instagram account. To find me on Instagram, it's @professionalbohemian, Bohemio Profesional. And you can find me there. And if you go to my stories, you will find my unpopular opinions. There's a new one every day that there's a live show. So today's unpopular opinion was Santa should give gifts to adults and not children. Santa should give gifts to adults and not children. I think this is evident and it makes complete sense. There's a lot of common sense behind this argument. But according to social media, people think it's false. 53% of the people think it's false, Natch. What do you think? What's your thought behind this?
But why only to to adults?
Well, right now, Santa's energy is focused on children, delivering toys to children, right? So rewarding children for their good behavior, punishing them for their bad behavior. I argue that adults need that a lot more than children do. Okay? I think adults deserve to be treated especially well, and not children. The world is designed to make children feel better. What is out there to bring a little magic into an adult's life? Nothing. But we'll get into this. So what do you think? How do you feel initially?
No, I would say no. Not only for adults. For both. Maybe for kids
both.
And for adults, of course.
Okay, well, I'm going to give a very black and white argument, because, that's the nature of the unpopular opinion beast, Natch. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Min says, I do think we have to be smart and careful around marketing and getting towards kids. But come on, parents. Exactly. I mean, look, every platform... Oh, God, we're going back to the news. Just to wrap up this, because this is an interesting point that Min made. Every platform, every game, look, even board games, Juegos de Mesa, are designed to be fun. And if they're fun, they're going to be in some way addicting, right? Because you want to go back to that fun, that endorphin rush of maybe winning or playing, competition. Everything fun and enjoyable in life is to some degree addicting. Whether that be shopping, chocolate, or Fortnite, or Monopoly. To take Monopoly to court because people, it's like taking Monopoly to court because people get frustrated playing. I played Monopoly and I'm so frustrated. Stop playing Monopoly. Take responsibility for your kids and your actions. Don't blame media for that. That's my thought. Okay, anyway, kids who are famous for being able to handle others getting presents and then getting nothing. says Min. You have a salary, you can already treat yourself. Okay, all right, I get you. I see the arguments coming in. Because adults have surplus of cash, Min's argument, then Santa shouldn't be responsible for giving them gifts. Oh, Santa, I'm not going to talk to the listeners right now. Listeners, come with me on this ride, but I don't want to talk to the listener. I don't want to address you, dear listener, right now. I want to address the fat man who breaks into people's houses once a year. Guy works 1 day a year, and we're supposed to glorify him. Lazy. Lazy. Santa, I want to talk directly to you. Are you listening? Those potatoes that you're buying gifts, that you're making, whatever. I don't think I don't think your elves make the gifts. I think Mattel and other toy manufacturers make the gifts, and you deliver them. That's my feeling. But these kids, these potatoes, like under the age of 5, they're not going to remember these gifts into adulthood. You know? Do you remember what you got given on your 4th birthday, Nat? On your 4th Christmas?
No.
3rd?
No.
5th?
To business year, I only remember a few gifts.
Exactly. These kids aren't going to remember that. The brain is mush. The little potatoes that can barely move around properly. You know, what kind of incentive do they need to be a good boy or a bad boy? Just like Fortnite can't be held responsible for people's behaviour, whether a kid is a good boy this year or a bad boy this year, it's not the job of Santa Claus to identify those two groups and give coal or not. You know, that's a responsibility of the parents. That's the responsibility of the parents. Why should Santa be taking all the glory, number one, for the effort that parents make? I would argue that the people that really require a little magic in their lives, that's me and you, Natch. That's me and you, our dear listeners right now. Maybe driving on their way to work, to grind for 8 hours solid, or 10 hours, or 9 hours, just to go home to see their family again. It's a life that has been strip-mined of any joy. You know, in a 7-day week, maybe you get 2 days maximum of being able to indulge yourself, to spend your time on yourself, to spend your money on yourself. What the people who need a little magic in their lives in this society, Natch, it's me and you. It's the adults. You know, did a 3-year-old start World War I? Natch? No. Did a 3-year-old start World War II, Natch? No. World War III, do you think it'll be started by a 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old? I don't think so. It's going to be started by an adult. Perhaps, if that adult that year had received a lump of coal, he would have been morally guided by Santa Claus in the correct way to know that his behavior, you know, like if Vladimir Putin was receiving coal every year, maybe it would guide him towards north. That is my thought. And let me be frank, Santa. Let me be frank. The kids are going to turn on you. By the time they reach 10, 11, 12, they don't even believe in you. You know who's keeping the myth of Santa Claus alive? Santa? It's us. It's the adults. The ones that talk to children and tell them that you exist. Eventually they'll turn on you. You know who won't turn on you? A well-rewarded adult. That's who won't turn on you. That's a loyal group of people, Santa Claus. Let's go back to the chat. Poor Santa already has to work so hard, and you want him to do even more. He only works 1 day a year. Okay? And look, I'm not asking him to work more. I'm asking him to work the same, but instead of wasting his time giving the presents to kids, to give them directly to the adults. We're the ones who need it. We're the ones who deserve it. Children have had short lives. What we're rewarding them for? Good or bad behavior. When a child behaves badly, worst case scenario, it leads to a headache. When an adult behaves badly, it could lead to a loss of life, property, damage, anything. It's adults. It's adults that need moral guidance. It's adults that deserve to be treated well. for good behavior. It's not children. It's not children. Santa, you've got it backwards. That's my argument, friends. Now he has to drag a Barbie doll up to the roof, and if it's adults, he has to drag like a whole barbecue onto the roof. Look, maybe if he was giving presents to adults, they'd leave the door open. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. And by adult, people like Trump beg to differ. Donald Trump will be getting coal. No, bad boy. Inciting insurrections at the US Capitol, bad boy. Lump of coal for you. Rob, maybe a PS5. Anyway, so that's today's unpopular opinion. Santa should give gifts to adults, not to children. I will be posting a poll in the chat. I would like your opinion on this. You vote. I tell you what. I don't tell you what's right or wrong. The people, the live viewers, tell us what's right and wrong. So I will post a poll in the chat. Please vote on there. Guys, let me tell you something. A lot of things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and it means the absolute world. Thank you so much. See you soon. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. How are you doing out there? You're listening to the ProBoh Show on Vaughan Radio. How are we doing? It's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time. Welcome to the show for my international listeners. I don't know what time it is that you're listening to me, but I am very, very appreciative of it. How are we doing out there? So if you're just tuning in, friends, you've missed quite a lot of the show. In today's show so far, we've spoken about Cher losing her mum. That's sad news. Her mum died at the age of 96, I believe. Wow, a ripe old age. My grandmother lived to the age of 100. Yeah. She got a letter from the Queen and everything. So she died at the age of 96, and you know the most surprising part of that news for me was that Cher's mum was still alive. Because Cher herself is 76 years old. Wow. What life. There's some good genes in that family. You know what I mean, Natch? By genes, I don't mean vaqueros. I don't mean trousers. I mean genes. They've got good genes. Because Cher, for a 76-year-old, she looks younger than I do. You know, I don't know what, she's living a blessed life. And the mum has lived to 96. Cher will probably top 100. Geez Louise, there's some good genes, man. And then we spoke about a lawsuit in Canada, una demanda in Canada, against Epic Games, the creators of the game Fortnite, the wildly popular Fortnite. The lawsuit being led by parents who say that their children are too addicted to the game. And we were kind of talking about that here in the studio and with the listeners. And our feeling is, it's a frivolous lawsuit. This is parents, I think, excusing bad parenting and blaming it on media rather than taking the situation into control themselves. It seems weird to sue a video game manufacturer because their game is too addictive. What are you talking about? Is it not your job to control the media that your kids consume? Can you not use Fortnite as maybe a tool to enhance the behavior? Or you're not playing unless you eat, unless you go take a shower, So yeah, I mean, I find that kind of weird. And in historically, when video games or music or movies have been blamed for bad behavior, I've been quite reticent. I've been quite reluctant to jump on board because I think, I think every man and woman and child, certainly every adult is responsible for their own behavior. And certainly if you have kids in your parent, you're in some way responsible for theirs, especially when it comes to the consumption of media. But anyway, that was my thought. And then we moved on to speak about today's unpopular opinion, which was a good one today. I enjoyed that. I spoke directly to Santa Claus. Hopefully you're listening, Santa. And I said, that Santa should deliver presents to adults and not children. After my argument, Natch, have I changed your mind at all?
No, I think adults should receive gifts as well. But
as well
kids.
as children.
Kids.
I just think that's doubling his work, the poor man. He's doubling his work. I think Santa's already busy.
Yeah, he has to lose some weight. And
I mean, that's very true. He'll save on his basic fit membership. Just do twice as much work on Christmas Eve. Why not? I mean, here, of course, you don't have Santa. You have the three kings. You know, but even the three kings should be should be delivering to adults and not kids. Kids don't appreciate it. If anything, being a child can be defined by its selfishness. You know, you don't understand your parents' needs when you're that age. All you understand is your own needs. You know, why pander to an already selfish collection of people? Santa Claus, you got it backwards. It's adults that need the gifts, not children. I'm a monster, Natch, and I can't help it. Okay, I did get some messages through Instagram about this. From Nessa, Vanessa, and Patricia. Patricia said, she agrees with you, Natch. She says that Santa should give to adults as well as children. But not many, because there is only one, and three kings can bring more to children. It's true. The three kings in Spain, like the Santa Claus equivalent, there are more hands to share the work. Poor Santa, giving to both. I think it might be too much for him. Poor guy. And Nessa Vanessa says, I need to give it some thought. It's a very complex unpopular opinion today. She says, I need to give it some thought and hear what you've got on it. And you've heard. I think the selfish potato children out there don't deserve more gifts. Their parents' lives already revolve around them. The world is designed to make them happy. And the world is designed to make adults unhappy. Who deserves the gifts more? I'm going to tell you, adults. Santa, you've got it backwards. Santa, go home. You're drunk. Let's see what else people wrote in the chat before I tell you how people voted. Okay. Now, let's see. By an hour. Okay, Min says, it's adults that need moral guidance. He's quoting my own words to me. He says, it's adults that need moral guidance. Rob's slowly starting to make arguments for theocracy. Yeah, why not? You know, I'm an atheist, right? But I respect all religions and all creeds, just like the cult of Santa Claus. I respect it. That's why I spoke directly to Santa rather than appealing to you guys. Because we all know Santa exists. I know that we have some young listeners. So I just want to, let you all know that I'm with you. I know that he exists. Okay, let's continue. Nuria Tam says, I want my gift. Anxiety at Christmas time is a great question. Ooh. Yeah. That might be a good unpopular opinion if we do some more. Christmas brings joy or anxiety? You know what I mean? A very black and white argument. Is it one or the other? I like that. Nuria Tam, I like that. Good morning, Bridge. Welcome to the chat. So people seem divided on this, Natch, in the poll. It was 57% or something to 43%. Let's get a drum roll. I'll tell you how the live audience thought. It was 50-50, Natch. It was a 50-50 vote. Yeah, I didn't do a good job of convincing people, but I think it makes common sense. Look, the world is designed to pander to children and their selfish needs. It's not our fault that they come out of the womb useless. It's not our fault. You see, have you ever seen videos of a horse giving birth, Natch? The horse comes out the foal, the baby horse, comes out, stands up, walks off. We are useless. We come out potatoes, and we come out into a world that is designed to pander to us until reality hits in adult life, and you think, oh my God, no one cares about me. The whole world is designed to pander to kids and their needs, the little potato needs. But adults, what do we have, folks? What do we have? We have 10 hours a day chained to a desk or whatever it is that your job is. We need a little magic in our lives. We need some moral guidance to be rewarded for our good behavior, or, be maybe nudged onto a better path by having our bad behavior highlighted. I think it's adults that deserve Santa's attention. Are you listening, Santa and Mrs. Claus? Mrs. Claus, you know I'm right. Talk to him. So that's my final thoughts, guys. That's my final thoughts. I know half of you listening don't agree, but I don't care. Your tears are delicious, and your anger only makes me more powerful, folks. Okay, and on that note, we're going to go to today's 100 Humans. Woo, Lord! It was a long walk to work today, guys, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name something a person in a bar might do to annoy you. So name something that a person who is, I imagine, sitting close to you in a bar, a stranger, might do that you would find annoying. I asked them that question, Natch, and they gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular here. Your job in the chat is to identify the top 7 answers. Name something a person in a bar, in a path, might do to annoy you. Woo! All right. Here we go. This is from Pedro from Instagram. Oh, and the Bridge. Bridge says, both Santa and the 3 Kings visited me as a child, which is just as well. It made up for adult life. It doesn't, because half of the gifts that Santa and the King brought you, Kings, not Elvis, Santa and the Kings brought you, right? Half of those presents you don't even remember. You were a potato with a mushy brain. You don't even remember those gifts. Santa wasted his time when he could have, been giving those gifts to adults with fully formed brains. Pedro says, Santa's reinforcement methodology develops into performance evaluation incentive programs in some companies I've seen. A lot of coal out there nowadays. Yeah, true story. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Pedro from Instagram?
ProBoh approved.
Okay, so here we go. We've got some answers. Before I go into the audience, what the audience is thinking, Natch, what do you think about this? What's something someone could do at a bar that would annoy you?
Shout.
Shouting. So, yeah, maybe the volume at which they speak, right? So the volume, getting too loud. You know who agrees with you? Min. Min agrees with you. And so does Nuryatam. To be obnoxiously loud, says Min, and shouting, says Nuryatam. Is it there? Is being too loud there? Yes, it is. Well done. We're off to a good start, friends. That one's there. With 5 of 100 humans saying something that someone would do at a bar that would annoy me. 5 of 100 humans said getting too loud. Just being too loud. Okay, Nuryatam says touching me. That's weird. I mean, and plus this is Spain, right? This is Spain. And I'm not saying Spain is touchy. I'm not saying that. It is, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying proxemics. You know, the proxemics is the science of personal space. Okay. For example, in Spain, you've got a relatively short personal bubble. They say for English people, if you extend your arm to a fist, that is how comfortable people feel being talking to each other. And if you extend that arm out, or those fingers out to a fully extended arm, that's the distance Americans feel comfortable talking to each other. With Germans, it's like about 3 miles distant. No, so when I first came to Spain, it took me forever to understand that, people weren't encroaching in my personal space. It's just, the proxemics is different. I have a story. You know, here in Spain, my international listeners won't understand this, but there is a whiskey called Dick. Right, there's a whiskey called Dick. In English-speaking countries, whiskey Dick means something completely different. Okay, but whiskey Dick in Spain is a brand of whiskey, and I will never forget. Like after a Vaughan town, I met up with a bunch of people at a bar. One guy in particular that I got on really well with brought his wife. His wife went to the bathroom, and he's standing uncomfortably close to me, and he just looks at me in the eyes and says, "Do you like Dick?" And it was just one of those moments you think God is watching you to measure your reaction. So touching, says Nuryatam. Okay. Ooh, it's difficult. I'm going to say no. It's not there. It's not there, Nuryatam. Because when you say touching, I imagine you mean pushing, right? Because it's very crowded, and that's and for the place to be crowded is not really. It's not really there. So I can't give you that one. Ur says to stare at you. Mirar fijadamente.
Fijamente.
Oh, damn. Oh, I was close. I I don't deserve my nivelazo, but I'm getting there. Fijadamente. So to stare is staring there. Staring there. Yes, it is. Urs is on fire. That's a good one. I thought I would have to give a clue for that one. It's there. It's in 6th place with 9 of 100 humans saying something someone does at a bar that would annoy me is staring. Staring. Dolores is here. She says, "Good morning, Rob. Welcome to my breakfast." Dolores, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to be with you through your breakfast. Enjoy. I'm desperate for human attention. Touch me, says Min. Didn't we do a news story about a nightclub in Australia that will kick people out for staring? You have to ask for consent to stare at people. If you're a regular listener of the show, you will maybe recognize that piece of news. Anyway, let's continue. You guys have only got 2 out of 7. You're doing really badly. Let's continue. Bringing kids, says Pedro. Before I release the answer, let's get a ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
I like how it was in England, right? I like how it was in England when I was a kid. Kids are not allowed in bars, but dogs are. The best. That's the way, folks. That's the way. All right. Is bringing kids there? No, it's not. No, it's not. Even though that, for me, in my heart, that's the best answer. Pushing, says Nuryatam. No, pushing's not there either. Okay, Nuryatam, you said touching earlier. So think of another way people might touch you that is not because of a crowded bar. Okay. All right, let's continue. Smoking, maybe no longer allowed in here. Smoking's not there, Min. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you some clues. Okay. What is like? People go to a bar for a reason. Okay, we have we have an expression in English to be overserved. We were served too much at this bar. What might be something that someone does in a bar that you think, oh my God, control yourself. You go there for especially in England, you go to a bar for a purpose. That purpose is probably not socializing. It's something else. What do you think, Natch?
The purpose is drinking, I guess. No?
So yeah.
So maybe over drinking.
Over drinking. The bridge said, Nuryatam says drinking too much. Bridge says being drunk. Is getting drunk there? Yes, it is. Nuryatam, Bridge, Natch. That is the number 1 answer. Oh, finally. Finally, well done. Okay, so you got 3 of the 7 possible answers. Min says, in England, the purpose is trying to escape the reality that you're English. That's why people get drunk. Yeah. To escape the reality, the crushing reality of only having two emotions. Okay. Apart from... Okay, so if you're at a bar alone, maybe you've gone looking for some silence and some time to reflect. So we've spoken about talking too loudly being a bother. What else might be a bother, Natch? Yeah, it's a difficult one. You're looking for peace and there's just this person next to you. What might it be?
Like talking non-stop, maybe.
Talking non-stop. Talking too much. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Oh my God, you're on fire, Natch. You're on fire. There's only 3 more to get. Who goes to a bar for silence? Oh, dude, I've gone to bars and cafes here in Spain just to relax and get out of my house and have time to reflect. Yeah. And back when in England, not so much. I used to go to bars to get hammered. But yeah, here in Spain, they have a much more healthy relationship with that kind of thing. All right. Okay, so there are 3 more, guys. Let's go through this. Talking loudly on the phone, says Min. Talking loud. Oh no, says the bridge. Loud on the phone. It's not there. Okay, Natch, I've got another clue for you. Okay, this is not something that would happen to me or you. It's not something that would more than likely happen to Brad Pitt or any woman. You sat there, you're minding your own business, you're not looking for anything. What might someone do that would be annoying in a bar?
They try to flirt with
to flirt with you. It's there, Natch. Well done. Second most popular answer with 18 of 100 humans. Min is indignado right now. He's saying relax, sure, but silence? These 100 humans are stupid. Okay, we're looking for the 4th and 5th most popular answer. Okay, you're in a bar, maybe you're not dressed very well, you just see people, younger people with their phones, what they're doing on their phones that could be annoying to you. You don't want to, maybe you don't want people to see that you're in this bar. What could a younger person be doing? Maybe with their mobile phone. That's not the mobile phone being too loud. That would be annoying to you. Nuria Tam has an answer. What do you think, Natch?
I don't know. Taking pictures? I don't know.
Taking pictures. Nuria Tam says taking photos. Taking selfies, right? I just find that the most annoying thing. Dude, can you just control your ego for 5 seconds while I have a beer? Oh, look how I look so cute today. Hashtag woke up like this. Hashtag in a bar. Living my best life. Taking selfies. Is it there? Yes, it is! Oh. Okay, we've got to go quickly, guys. Got one more answer to get. And we've got to go quickly. Okay. You drink too many fizzy drinks. What happens? What happens when there's too many bubbles in your drinks? You know what happens? Suddenly the body's, the body is a fantastic thing, and it doesn't like having so much gas. And you have to get rid of that gas in a way. Is it up or down that I'm talking about? We're talking about beer here. So what could it be that's annoying, Natch? I
go for up. Burp.
Burping. Eructar. Damn on fire.
Vaya nivelazo.
Pedro says burping. Min says belching. Another great way to say burping. Nuritan went for the other direction. She said farting. Annoying farts. Is it burping? Is burping there? Yes, it is. Well done. Oh my God. Guys, you got the whole answers. Natch, we're not going to do the numbers. I'm going to go through them real quick so we can do some complete the news. Okay, in 7th place, we got people being too loud is annoying in a bar. People staring is annoying. Burping is annoying. Selfies, people taking selfies is annoying in a bar. Talking too much is annoying. Flirting, and the number 1 answer was getting too drunk. Guys, there you go. That was 100 humans. Let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news!
All right, friends, I did want to do 2 pieces of news. Don't have time for it, so we're going to go head first into one piece of news, the one that Natch looked the most surprised about, and it was about Alzheimer's. Okay. What I do is I'll give you a news headline. I'll leave off some information. You have to identify which piece of information is correct to complete the news. If you're watching the show and you haven't interacted, this is your moment. All you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay, here we go. Blank lowers the risk of Alzheimer's by almost 70%. Blank lowers the risk of Alzheimer's by almost 70%. Is it A, Viagra? Is it B? Sorry, I've lost my. Is it B, a vegan diet, or is it C, red wine? Blank lowers the risk of Alzheimer's by almost 70%. Is it A, Viagra, B, a vegan diet, or C, red wine? What do you think, Natch?
I'm going to say red wine.
Red wine, yeah. C. See, Pedro agrees with you. So does the bridge. Nuryatam, I will salute you for being the only person to say B, a vegan diet. No one says Viagra. Please don't say vegan diet, says Pedro. Okay, let's get a drum roll, Nat. Viagra lowers the risk of Alzheimer's by almost 70%. This piece of news coming from GreekReporter.com. I did look for other sources, and it is there. New research published recently suggests that Pfizer's erectile dysfunction drug, Viagra, decreases the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by up to 69%. The research, which was published in Nature, found that the medication has a direct effect on brain health and significantly reduces toxic proteins that cause dementia. The study's findings are so promising that the drug may someday be used to counter dementia. A new team of experts is preparing to conduct another study that builds on this data but tests the generic version of Viagra in patients already suffering early onset Alzheimer's. Really fascinating news. Guys, I will post the link to this article or maybe even the article from Nature that highlights more of this. I will post all the links that I've used in today's show on my Patreon. Please go and check that out. Patreon.com/professional bohemian. You can find me there, and there's lots of extra content. If I've had vegan diet my whole life, I'd rather have Alzheimer's to forget it. ProBoh approved. Guys, there's so many things you could have been doing today on this beautiful, beautiful day. And instead of doing those things, you decided to spend some time with me. And it means the absolute world. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And I will see you on Wednesday.